Hello lovely people, welcome to my latest channel video. And sorry it's been so long, but hey ho, you know, life gets in the way and one thing and another. So excuse me while I just do a tidy up here, get rid of a few of the bits here. So okay, what have I got for you today? Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be doing using a stamp that I did recently for Chocolate Barouque on their TV show for Creating Craft, which was last Friday. And I'm using the Barouque Orchid, which is that stamp there. Now, the reason I'm doing this is, well, I like it. Simple as that, really. It's just a simply gorgeous stamp, and if you get the right embossing powder, which I will come on to, it's just so lovely. I have obviously done some samples, so let's take a look at what I've done. Now, I've done all these samples on a 5x7 card front. What I'm going to do today is go back to the original size that I did for the TV shows, because I did 4 samples, and I did them all A6 size, and I used different coloured distress ink background, but I used one solid colour, if that makes sense. I mean, I will get onto that when I do the demo. But this is what it looks like when it's finished and embossed. So you've got the Rustic Wilderness, which is the green, and then if I can try and tilt it a little bit, the gold embossing powder on top. I think it's just incredible. It's just so lovely. Now this is done with the prize ribbon, and again done in silver. I don't know if you can see that. Yes, you can. There we go. So that was embossed with the silver embossing powder. And then this one was done with Salvage Patina, and then embossed in gold on the top. So there's that one. And then I did this one with the latest one, which is Boardwalk Taffy. That's it. Which is like the peachy colour, and again I've just done the silver embossing on top. So you have got 3-4 different looks, and you can make them into little notelets and just send them off. If you get, dare I say it, if you're preparing for Christmas this year and you want ideas, these will make ideal little notelets to put in as and do a little stationery pack. So so yeah, they are very nice. I love them. And what I'm going to do is go back to my original size, as I said, that I did for the TV shows. So what I've got here is a piece of stamping card cut down to A6, but I've trimmed 2 centimeters off the short side, and I've trimmed 2 centimeters off the long side. And I have got myself an A6 card blank. I mean, obviously you can't see it at the moment, but it will fit quite nicely on there. So when we got, and you can still put a mat and lay around it if you so desire, but I won't bother because I just don't think it needs it. Okay, let's crack on and let's do our card. So first things first, I am going to lay down my ink, and this time I am using Speckled Egg. So as you can see, I've got the mini and the main. I've been collecting, I've got all the mini distress inks because when I go to a club or go to a demo or whatever, I mean, obviously the mini ink pads are so much more convenient to cart around. So anyway, let's get a bit of tissue and protect our fingers. And let's just get some colour down onto the card. So we need to cover the whole card with the speckled egg, and basically you're just saturating, well, not saturating, you just want to cover the whole card as much as you can with the one colour. So it might take a bit of time, but we will get there. And you just want nice even strokes, clear. And the other thing, so you just want a nice deep colour, get as deep as you can, and as much ink as you can onto the card. The other thing is as well, you more than you can do this with the oxides as well. So so again, you can do it with the oxides. But I've just stuck at the moment with doing it with the normal dye-based distress ink pads. So I think we're nearly done. So there we go. So let's leave it at that. It's a pale colour anyway, so it's going to contrast very nicely with the embossing powder. So let's take off my pad, put that back onto the bottom of my mini ink pad. So we've done with the ink pads, they can be packed away. So I'll do that later. So now the crucial thing here is we need to make sure, just plug in my the crucial thing here is we have got to make absolutely sure that the surface of this card is absolutely positively dry. So go in with a hairdryer, I mean your heat gun, and give it a waft over to keep it, to dry it. And you can generally feel when it's dry. And I'm probably doing this probably a bit more than what I need to. Actually, let me just, I've got a little tool here. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, there we go. What it is, it's a crocodile clip. Beep, beep, like that. And with a bit of doweling thrown in. Now what I've done here is just, see? And I can hold my piece of work while I'm embossing, and I'm not going to burn my fingers. How cool is that? Something I made myself. All you need to do is just go into a hardware shop, ask for crocodile clips, and a bit of doweling, make sure it fits the clip, and you can make your own little handle, cheap as chips. And I've had mine for years and years and years. But actually, I'm not going to put that away because I'm going to need that for the embossing pad, aren't I? So I'm going to put my heat gun away to one side. I'm going to grab me a piece of scrap paper, and I'm going to grab my anti-static bags, which are these, and I'm just going to go over this piece of card with my anti-static bag. And what I'm going to do is leave that out, get my stamping platform, and I'm going to get a piece of copy paper, and I'm going to, because I want to, because this is a big stamp and I know it's going to cover the whole of my piece of card, hence why I can't really use the magnets, because if I use the magnets it's going to cover a bit of the, even if I take it right to the edge, you know, however way I'm going to do it is just not good. So so that's why I can keep the piece of A4 paper in place. That's absolutely fine. And so what I'm going to do is just roll up a bit of Scotch tape into a little sausage, whack it on the back of my card. Down it goes, and I know that's going to stay there, and then I can put my, cool, this is getting a bit rubby, put my stamp on top, and then press that down. Now what I'm going to do is just make sure, go over with my anti-static bag again, make sure it's absolutely positively dry, and then I'm going to get my Versamark ink pad, which is the clear ink pad, and all this does is just acts as a glue for the embossing powder. So light taps over your stamp very gently all over. Now what will happen is, when you have a look at the surface of your stamp, it will become all shiny, so the dullness will go from the surface of the stamp, and it will have a shiny sheen over it, which means that you have successfully parted the ink onto your stamp. So if I have a look down, yeah, that's got a nice little shine all over it, so I'm happy with that. So that is pretty good. It lid back onto the ink pad, and then over we go, down we go, and we just allow the ink to settle onto the surface of the card for a few seconds, and just press lightly over the stamp, all areas, so we got a nice, hopefully good impression of our image. So that should be enough. So we lift it back up. Now for those of you that know me, that will stay quite wet on the surface of the ink, on the what we've just inked on the card will stay wet for quite a while, so don't panic. So I'm just going to grab myself a wet wipe and some ink cleaner. So so we just want to, as many of you know, who've seen my previous videos, I'm quite a stickler for cleaning my stamps straight away, and it's a really good habit to get into, because you know that once you've cleaned it and finished with it and cleaned it, you know you're going to be good to go for the next time. And trust me, I have been there and ruined ink pads because I didn't clean my stamps. It's a mistake you probably only do once or twice at the most. And just get my little scrubby and I will clean this dry. So that is now dry, that is ready. So I know that my stamp is ready to go next time. So as you can see, it's perfectly clear, clean, and good to go for the next time. So I'm going to lift off our little piece of card, take off my backing where I stuck it down, just leave that to one side, get rid of my stamping platform because we don't need that anymore. We can put that to one side, and we can then go ahead with the embossing. So this time I'm using superfine gold, so gold on speckled egg. It's going to be a bit of a contrast, isn't it? So let's put on the embossing powder, and then give it a flick, and that is absolutely fine. do I need to do a little bit at the bottom here? That's absolutely fine. So put the excess back into your pot. There we go. Put the lid back on so you don't knock it accidentally or spill any. And put that one back. And now we can go in with our heat gun again and heat this up. So what I will do is, so as you can, hopefully you can see, when it changes colour and goes all shiny, you can move your heat gun. There we go. So hopefully you can see that. So what I'm going to do now, as I've done the bottom, that's all done, I'm going to change ends and then just do more, finish off the bottom. So if you're new to embossing, you think, oh, have I done it all? I don't know if, well, you can see the shiny bit, and if you look down in this corner here, you can see it's still dull. If I try and twist it around to the camera, I don't know if you can see that, hopefully you can. It's still a little bit dull. That means it hasn't melted. So all you need is just go back in with your heat gun and just give it another blast. Wait till it goes shiny, which it has done now. As you can turn it towards the light, the whole thing is now shiny. I've got a little bit on the edge here. There we go. A little on the end here. So that is now completely done. Cool. Right, excellent. So let's get rid of this. Unplug my heat gun and then put that back. We've finished with that. We've done away with our mat. So this is our Barouque Orchid, done on a background of speckled egg with gold embossing powder. I don't know if you can see that. How lovely is that? And again, by using a super fine detailed embossing powder, it's brought every single bit of detail out of that stamp. So cool. Right, let's mat and layer it. Well, I'm not going to mat it. I'm just going to tape it straight to the front of my card. And as I say, you can do a whole load of these and make little notelets for you know, for a birthday gift. It's one of those stamps that just absolutely lends itself for an amazing background. I will probably do another one with this stamp, using it as a background, because it's such a versatile stamp. So let's just trim off these little bits of tape, put them back down there. And put it onto the front of the card, hopefully the right way up. Just take off our strips of and then we are nearly done. And it's just so quick, straightforward, but it's so effective. Make sure I've got it up the right way, and down on my card it goes fairly even. See, I've still got wiggle room, so I can still line it up and straighten it up. Quite happy with that. So that can go just like that. And there we have our Barouque Orchid stamp on the front of a A6 card. How classy is that? So I hope you like that. So to give you a quick run through again, bearing in mind these are all done on 5x7, same side card that I've done, but on a 5x7, so they work equally well on a 5x7 if you so desire. So that was saltwater taffy, the background on that with the silver embossing powder. That was Salvage Patina with the gold embossing on that one. And that was Prize Ribbon, again with silver embossing powder on that one. And that was the Wilderness one, which I've the green one, which is, let me just grab it a minute, Rustic Wilderness. That's it, Rustic Wilderness with the gold embossing powder. And now we've got the Salvage Patina, again with the gold on top. Okay, I hope you like that, enjoy it. If you have liked it, please subscribe below, and that'd be absolutely awesome, and share my videos, be absolutely awesome. And until next time, I will see you again. Take care, bye bye.